Factorizing trinomials. Okay, it's probably the most important part of factorizing. If you carry on with maths, you will see how often we use factorizing trinomials. So we're going to use it a lot. So a trinomial is something with three terms. 1, 2, 3 terms. And you call it a trinomial. So when you see there's a trinomial, three terms, and you see it starts with an x squared. One of the three has an x squared. Okay? The other one just has an x, okay, with a coefficient normally. Like this is still a coefficient, -1, x, still a coefficient. Okay, but something with an x, something with an x squared, and something with just a number, a constant. Then you know you have to use the factorizing of the trinomials. Okay? So it's a little bit like the difference of two squares. You're still going to have two brackets. Okay? Still going to have two brackets. But now you got to try to figure out, if you look at the two brackets, how can I get to x squared? That's easy. X times x. Okay. For all of them, we can put in the first step. We can say we start with x times x. Okay, well this one is now y squared. So obviously we're going to make it y times y. This one I made it m squared. So we're going to start with m times m. Okay? So the start is easy. M times m is m squared. Y times y is y squared. Okay, and so on. Okay? Now the rest is a little bit more difficult. Okay, but now let me just help you with the signs. Many times learners struggle with the signs. So if it's a plus and a plus, just remember the rule, because it helps a lot. If it's a plus and a plus, the brackets will be plus and plus, always. Okay? So it's something you must just remember. If it's a plus and a plus here, it will be plus and plus there. Okay? If it's a minus and a minus, okay? If it's a minus and a minus, it's going to be minus and plus. Okay? Always. Okay? If it ends with a negative, okay, if it ends with a negative, then it has to be a plus and a minus. Let me rather make this one negative 12, okay, and let's rather make it minus 1x in the middle, or let's make it plus 1x in the middle. Yeah, just plus x. No, let's make it minus 6 and plus 2, let's make it plus 4 in the middle. Okay, this one. Just to make it a little bit more interesting. So this one ends with a negative. So you must have a plus and a minus in the brackets. Okay, whenever the rule is, there's actually three options. Only three options. If it's a plus and a plus, you will have plus and plus. If it ends with a negative, doesn't matter what it starts with. If it ends with a negative, then you will have a minus and a plus. Or a plus and a minus. Doesn't matter. We can swap it around. We can say minus and plus. Doesn't matter which side you put the minus and which side you put the plus. Okay? But it will have a minus and a plus if it ends with a minus. And the last option, listen carefully, if it starts with a negative and it ends with a positive, then it will be negative and negative. Okay? So that helps. When you want to figure out how to end it, at least if you get the signs right, it helps a lot. You will see now. Okay. Now you should ask yourself, what can I put in here? 6 times 1 gives you 6. Because remember, x times x gives you x to the power 2. And then this one times this one gives you this one over here. So 6 times 1 gives you 6. But now what about 3 times 2? 3 times 2 also gives you 6. So which one do we use? 6 times 1 or 3 times 2?
3 times 2.
Yes, we're going to use 3 times 2. The reason is because if I put in 6 and 1, let's say you said now, okay, it's going to be 6 times 1. Now what's going to happen with the FOIL when you multiply out? X times x is x to the power 2. Yes, great. 6 times 1 is 6. Yes. But now remember, you must multiply this one with that one also. And you must multiply this one with this one. The inner ones and the outer ones. Remember the FOIL. The FOIL stands for first ones. So first one times first one gives you x squared. The O is for outer. The outer ones. The first one here times the last one is the outer ones. And then the I is for the inner ones. You multiply the inner ones. And then the L is for the last one and the last one. The last ones. So when I multiply the x times the 1, what is x times 1? It's 1x. And what is 6 times x? It's 6x. So what's going to happen when I say 6x plus 1x? For the middle term, it gives you 7x. 6 plus 1 is 7. But this one is not 7. This one is 5. So then you can say, okay, no. 6 times 1 gives you 6, but it doesn't give you 5x in the middle. So the important thing is always to check, how do I get the middle term? Then you can say, no, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use 3 and 2. Because now, x times 2 is 2x. It's 2x. And 3 times x, 3x. And what is 2x plus 3x? It's 5x. So now you know you got the right numbers. Okay. So that's how you always double check. Okay. Let's look at this one now. Again, the same problem. Okay. Negative 6 at the end. So I can say negative 6 times 1. Because negative 6 times 1 gives you negative 6. But what's going to happen when I check the middle term, that one, this one, and that one? What is x times 1? It's 1x. What is negative 6 times x? It's negative 6x. So what is 1x minus 6x? It's negative 5x. But here in the middle, I don't have negative 5x. I've got negative 1x in the middle. So I know negative 6 and 1 is not going to work. Then you check, what about negative 3 times 2? What is negative 3 times 2? It's also negative 6. But what happens now? Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Plus 2 times x is plus 2x. So negative 3x plus 2x gives you negative 1x in the middle. Then you know it works. So that's the right answer. X minus 3. You can even do this in pencil. And then afterwards you can rub it out if you want to. But just make clear we see what's the final answer. X minus 3, x plus 2. Not 6 and 1. Okay? Now let's look at this one now. 12. How do we get to 12? What gives us 12? 12 times 1. Or 6 times 2. Or 4 times 3. There's 3 options to get to 12. Now you must decide which one is the right one. Is it going to be 6 times 2? Or 4 times 3? Or 12 times 1?
6 times 2.
Yes. 6 times 2. Okay, but now you must look at the sides. If I say 6 times 2 like this, then negative 6 times y is negative 6y. Plus 2 times y is plus 2. So negative 6y plus 2y is negative 4y. But this one is plus 4y. Oh, y in the middle. Plus 4y. Okay? So negative 6 plus 2 gives you negative 4. But this is plus 4. So then you say I must swap it around. I must put a negative 2 on this side and a plus 6 on that side. Is it going to work then? Negative 2 times y is negative 2y. 6 times y is plus 6y. Plus 6y minus 2y gives you plus 4y. Then it works. Okay, then you know you got the right combination. And then this last one, negative and a negative. Why? Because negative times negative gives you positive at the end. And now you can say it's 9 times 3. Okay, because 9 times 3 is 27. Negative 9 times negative 3 is 27. And minus 9m and minus 3m gives you minus 12m in the middle. So it works. So there's the 4 kinds of options that you get mostly with trinomials.